Hi, friends. Hello everyone who's not responding. Probably wait. And I think we are live 23 seconds in the video. Sorry for initial glitches. But again, I want to draw your attention towards the problem in which Indian consumer is, where Airtel, and not Airtel, but the telecom operators are being violating consumers' right and not following the company's policies and SOPs and processes. So for that, on 17th of October, I raised my concern regarding uh, that my IVR is not working. So 17th को मेरी complaint raise करी गई और कहा गया कि within 4 working days मेरी complaint resolve कर दी जाएगी and same will be closed. But from 17th, today is 29th of October. Today is Bhaiya Dooj as well. So happy Bhaiya Dooj to everybody. Uh, and problem is that whenever I'm trying to dial 121 and try to reach customer care support, which I will try to show you right now, I'm not been able to get that access. So this is 121 I'm dialing in right now. So I go for a postpaid service. So now it will ask me for so I haven't paid my bill yet, but being Airtel's consumer, it's my right to get connected to the telecom operator and try to address, get my problem addressed. I think it's too bright. We should pull down curtain a bit. Yeah. So now, so this is not responding right now. So I am pressing any button, it's not responding. So this is the problem, that whenever I'm trying to reach out to customer care through IVR, I am not being able to connect. So every time I have to reach out to customer care, I have to reach out through 1909, which is a DND special helpline, through which you can only, apparently you should only be connecting to Airtel for your your DND complaints basically. So let's get back to the work where I have to call 1909. Your DND status, press 3. DND. So I have to press 4. And now I will be asking Airtel Consumer Care that why my problems have not been addressed till today. Hi Simran, this is Kuldeep this side, and my mobile number is the same from which I'm calling right now. Yes. So this is regarding my service request number, which is which was raised on 17th of October. Yes. Yes, I'm online. It was? Yes. Mm-hmm. क्या आप Simran, can you please tell me that what exactly is my my request was for? Yes, you're audible. Please tell me. Simran, my question was that what was my problem which I have asked, Airtel to look on to, like look into. I'm asking you that what was the nature of my complaint? What was the reason that I have raised this complaint? Can you please pardon? Can you repeat? Yes, you're audible. Please, if you can repeat. I'm so sorry. It wasn't related to my network problem. It was related to my IVR not working. Yeah, yeah. This is really sad that they're giving a wrong update to the consumer regarding that what complaint did consumer did. And though the protocols have been set for 4 days, it's today's 29th. Simran, you know what? This is a very classic example of how you guys are dealing with consumer right now. You will probably ask me why I'm saying all this because uh, I have been recording all I'm online on social media right now while I'm speaking with you. And my complaint has always been regarding that my IVR is not operative, and I have been showing this to people that this is my problem is, and I'm requesting even right now. I showed them that what is my problem right now, and the complaint which I have raised on 17th was regarding that. So what should I say? Like whom should I say this? Like if you people have made a syndication and you will do whatever you feel like, you will take consumers complaint as per your convenience, then what should consumers say? On 14th of October. Okay, so what is the status of that then? If you're saying that on 14th, yes, please. Even on 17th, this was what was raised. Okay, that's my bad. I'm so sorry for that. So if on 14th, not 17th, then 14th, because it becomes a even older date. So from 14th, today is 29th, and my IVR is still I'm not being able to connect to one to one via the normal route of one to one. Right now I'm dialing 1909 and then getting connected to one to one. Yeah. Yes. So since 17th or 18th, you guys called me. After that, I have reached out to you couple of times. Like after that, I have reached you almost three times. This is, I think, fourth time I'm reaching to you, or third or fourth. I don't remember that. So, uh, so even though what does the protocol says, like how many times you have to connect to consumer? Yeah. So it's my bad right now that I thought that it was 17th wherein I have um, raised my issue of that my IVR is not operative. Uh, Airtel's IVR is not operative for consumer, and now I came to know that it was on 14th, and since 14th, now today is 29th, which sums up almost 15 days. And that IVR problem, like for 15 days, it's a long time. My issue is really simple, Simran. My issue is that whenever I am dialing 121 and when I'm pressing button 1 for uh, that I'm a postpaid user, and then after that the IVR gives me options that whether I want to know about my billing status or this or that or blah blah, and I want to connect to consumer care, press 9 for that. So whenever I'm pressing 9 or in fact any other buttons, it's not responding. It's not letting me through to the next step of the process. I don't even know that how many hours I've spent. So from my end, I can make your complaint again. I can make your complaint on the priority basis. Thank you so much, Simran, for showing your concern. But I am just, I'm feeling helpless right now that, how come if my operator is raising my concern and my concern is not getting addressed and my problem is not getting resolved, then I want to know that who is the culprit that, consumer's voice has not been heard by your system. And the 14th of, the 14th of October, the reference which you are sharing with me, I think that that complaint was raised for your system management, not the IVR. Because as far as I remember, that was 19th on, sorry, 17th, where and I called and I tried to raise my concern. And I don't know why it is taking 15 days to you guys to resolve uh, an issue which is related to your system and an IVR related issue. 15 days. No, I have already given you the time. Airtel has given you guys time. Airtel has defined a timeline for every process. It is no immediate. It has been 15 days. What do you mean by immediate basis? Simran, I have not been able to understand you over here that you are saying that you are taking my case on priority basis. And what about the other people who also said the same thing? Every time I'm calling you, you say that you are taking things on priority basis, but there is inactivity from your end. Like, what should I do with raising complaint? Isn't the complaint is already raised? I mean, like, I don't know what should I say because I've been trying to raise my voice every time I'm trying to call you guys. You always say that yes, we are working, yes, we are working, but eventually you guys are not following the SOPs and the tats for which you've been hired here for. Yeah, what should I do with your yes, Simran? You are giving affirmation. You are giving Yeah, you are giving affirmation to me for something which I already know. What should I do with that? So if you are saying, no, just tell me one thing. If you don't have access to certain emails, and that's what you say every time, that your one-to-one executives does not have access to certain emails and certain processes which are there in Airtel, then this is customers' problem. Okay, then raise to the higher level. Then what should I say? Every time you give me this, yeah. No, they would have any intention to contact me, they would have contacted by today is 15 days over already. Nobody has contacted me for whatsoever reason. You are telling me that they have tried reaching to me, and even if they tried reaching to me, I think one of the time, most of the time, you guys are lying to the consumers. You people don't even try reaching to me because I have a missed call alert service. If I will miss a call, or if I will receive a call at that particular instant or instance, I will receive a missed call alert for that, which I have never received. Every time you guys have told me that this is the time when I have received a missed call. And I really want Airtel to look into this matter and monitor that how many times you guys are actually giving a call to the consumer or just making a fake attempt to do a call. This is my SR I want to raise today. Mhm. No, I don't want. You are taking your time. I cannot make you work like quick. I cannot make you solve my problems like as I want. But what I want from you is to raise my service request to monitor that when a service call has been requested by consumer, and how many times that call is actually being made by the telecom operators. And please present this report to the chair and let chair speak and address to the consumer. I hope you understand this. So can you please raise my service request for this? This is my only number. I only have one number with Airtel. Yes. Okay. So what exactly you have raised my complaint for, Simran? If you can tell me, please. Which matter? No, I have not asked for this, Simran. Honestly, this has already been raised. This is no feedback I want to raise. This is no feedback, Simran. Again, you're like, you're just trying to raise a concern as per your convenience right now. I'm really disappointed right now, Simran. Hello. I'm saying I'm really disappointed right now the way you are handling consumers' uh, grievance. No, your technical team. What is your job over here, Simran? Your job over here is to raise consumers' requests. So if consumer is requesting you, you have to raise that request. That's the only job you've been hired here for. And as consumer, I am really clear and thorough regarding what my problem is and what service request I want to raise, right? And I hope you are also understanding, and I think the language is pretty clear enough that you've been able to make out what exactly I said and what I mean by what I'm saying, right? I have already received that, Simran, through message, but what you have told me that you have raised my concern for my IVR again, that is not the service request I would want to raise Right now I want to raise my service request for that. I have been observing that in past, uh, telecom operators have been lying to the consumer regarding their commitment towards calling back when callback is requested. And uh, I want Airtel to monitor this, that how many of times that the calls have been actually made to the consumer, because this is a serious concern for deliverance. And I want this concern to be shared, these statistics should be shared with the chair, and then the chair should release an address to the consumer that how chair has identified this problem, and what are the necessary step chair thinks that need to be taken to ensure consumer that this kind of behavior should not be repeated in future. Okay, so what you want to do right now, are you raising my service request for this? Yes, please do that. Simran, I have not requested for notes. I have requested you to raise an service request for this. Yes, please. So अभी हम लोग 22 मिनट इस वीडियो में है, और अब देख सकते हैं कि किस uh, thank you so much, Simran. Yes, please. I want to register this concern. Yes, sure. So आप देख सकते हैं एग्जीक्यूटिव एट level 1 executive at Airtel 121 uh, customer care has not been able to raise consumers request, because according to her, her name is Simran, and she says that she doesn't have any option for doing that. So अब हमारे पास ऑप्शन ही नहीं है कंप्लेन रेज करने का। इससे ज्यादा हास्यास्पद क्या हो सकता है? मतलब this is not funny though. This is more ironic. Ironic that how consumer rights have been violated by big corporate houses, and uh, how they are, being able to pull this off. And this is happening right under the nose of everybody. We are not concerned about one another's rights, which is, you know, worst form of uh, rule can be. So if we are not concerned about one another, we the people for the people, that it could become really, really ugly in near future. The way we are headed towards you know, the politics involved, and this is gonna be a classic example of office politics. How uh, you know, a group of people, they are syndicated, and they're They are part of the system, but they think that they are system. Yes, Simran. Yes, please. This is the time for me right now, and I want to get connected to your seniors as soon as they get free. Definitely, whatever time it takes, I am just documenting all this. So, whatever time it takes, this will be like definitely can be used for monitoring purpose, even from any point of view. That how your people are efficiently operative on their respective floors. So that's the whole idea of I documenting all this. Yes, thank you. Yes, Simran, please. So now we are almost 26 minutes in, where I have already showed you, and this is 23 minutes on the call, and this is every time consumer wants to raise their concern, they have to go through this process where timelines and management is uh, failing miserably, and let's see how it goes. And so it was Diwali's, and we are in Delhi. Not we, but I am in Delhi. So Diwali has been really great this time. There was less pollution, less crackers. Delhiites have been actively denying use of crackers, and over a period of time, I think this Diwali was the cleanest Diwali I've ever experienced. There was no smoke in the morning, which we used to experience every time in Diwali, and it was amazing how we guys were able to, you know, there's still crackers on though. You're the kids. You cannot put, you know, cannot stop the everybody to do and follow the same suit. But yeah, we have definitely have worked really hard on ground to ensure and make sure that we won't be just participating in, you know, the the blunders which we have done in past, and we are definitely uh, you know looking forward how we can curb down the real issues and the problems which we are into. We are already 29, it's almost 30 minutes now, and 29 minutes and 12 seconds. And now we await floor supervisor from Airtel 121. Let's see what floor supervisor have to say on this. So, last 3 weeks I was in Mumbai, experienced the Mumbai election for the first time. Was I was at Malabar Hills uh, constituency. BJP was over there. This was a there was this election went really well for BJP because opposition was not that strong, as been said by them in all of their conferences and their media campaigns. Yes, please. Yes, I am online. So finally, the floor supervisor is coming online, and you will gonna experience that how these guys will gonna deny raising my service request. So bad. Anyways, let's see. So the service request number which uh, Simran was mentioning, which was said to be uh, dated 14th of October 2019, and the reference number 31256928174042. Uh, it was said that it will be closed within 26 working days, and since 14th, today is 29th, so yeah, 15 days have been over now, and I think probably next days, even this deadline will be over, and these guys will not be able to resolve my concern regarding the system management. Yes, Simran. I'm so sorry for the long hold. Our senior is online. You can consult with them. They can provide you better information. And from my side, I'm disconnecting the call. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, Simran. Yeah, thank you for your patience, sir. Sorry for being your call has been transferred to me. My name is Gurdesh Sharma, I'm floor supervisor. Okay. And your number is associated with me, which is 750 so Gurdesh, may I know which circle I'm associated with me for your policies of your Airtel and you have raised this concern. And sir, can you hear me, sir? Yes, I can hear you. Yes, Mr. Kuldeep. And may I know as you have raised your concern, have you received any reward from our team, sir? I have not. I have not received any rewards as far as my concern is concerned right now. Yes, Mr. Kuldeep. Yes, now I think probably you will be able to hear me better. Yes. So, Gurdesh, right? Gurtej. I'm so sorry, Gurtej. Can you please tell me which circle my call has landed to? Yes, your voice is. Yes, I can hear you, Gurtej. Yes, Gurtej, you can go ahead, follow up your process. I just want to know that which circle my call has landed to. Delhi circle. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, please go ahead. I have received no email from your team apart from stating that my two other my complaints, one complaint which is gonna get resolved in 26 days, another which is said to be get closed on 4 days. So the complaint which was raised as per me for the 4 days which was raised was for my IVR. But Simran was telling me that my concern was not not taken for IVR issue, it was taken for the network related issue. So even though the 4 days have been over, it's still in open status. I don't know what you guys are working on. And uh, yeah, and also it's also been told to me by Simran that uh, your representatives from back end have tried reaching to me on 18th 17th and 18th respectively, and they were unable to, like, I did not pick up the call, whereas that is not the case. On 17th, I believe, yes, I was too occupied, but on 18th I have received no calls like which you guys are referring to. And I also have my missed call alert service with me. If I would have missed a call, I would have gotten an SMS stating that somebody is trying to reach, and then I would have validated that through my true caller. It is painful, that it is painful. You know what, Gurtej, it's very painful that when a consumer is trying to reach out for help, and trying to raise the concern, and operators are lying to the consumer on their respective duties as per, they should have been following up and trying to make sure and do things on like how to resolve consumers complaint or the problems which consumer is in today. So that is not happening exactly. And for that, right now my concern is that I want to raise a service request for that. How many times the callback requests are actually rendered and followed as per Airtel's protocol? I want Airtel to make a report on this, doing survey and doing monitoring the entire uh, the entire the system which has been built for callback process, and then share a report to the chair. And then uh, uh, I also request Airtel to please make chair response and address back to the consumer that what exactly chair thinks to ensure that if there what is the kind of severity of the problem is, and then how this problem will be ensured that it does not get repeated in near future, because this is really hurting consumers interest. And this is something which we have to look into. And just for your kind information, I am just recording this whatever I'm communicating with you right now, and this is going live on social media right now. So whatever has been said, I am just doing this for the sake of documentation, because I've been following up with you guys for almost 3 years on a lot of issues, and I have seen no significant transformation. So uh, considering that, now I'm recording all this, so next time wherever I go, I will have this as a proof that yes, I was communicating exactly, this was my concern, service request which I wanted to raise, because there have been a lot of time my service requests have been denied. For example, right now when I'm speaking with Simran, right? I was speaking to Simran, and I tried to raise this SR, which I am trying to raise right now with you. She said that she doesn't have any option as such. She just wanted to take a note of it. And I know that how notes have been treated at Airtel One to One. So, and even you must be aware of that how your backend responds to your request. No, I have. See, uh, I won't say that I have never received a call from you guys, but sometimes I do get callbacks from you. Sometimes I come to know that you try reaching to me, but I have received no calls on that particular time or instance uh, where you guys refer. Like one to one tells me that, when I call to one to one, then one to one tells me we tried reaching you to this date, this time. And when I cross check that with my mobile system, I don't see any call received or any missed call at that point of time. So this puts a doubt on consumers' head that, are you guys are really working or you're just making up things? Right, Mr. Mudeep, no doubt it's very valuable feedback. Yeah, I will definitely escalate to my network team also, because if I'm checking at in this area, it is showing it will take 3 to 4 months to resolve your this issue, sir. You can check even in the Airtel application also. Uh, Gurjeet, see, Gurtej, I'm so sorry, I'm really bad with names. Gurtej, thing is that, that I know that, this network issue where you guys should have worked on ground, you guys did nothing whatsoever to take care of the grounds. Okay. Yeah. Continuously, your team have been lying to system. Continuously, your network team have been lying to Airtel system. Yeah. They are saying, that's what I'm saying. They are saying, that's what I'm telling you. They are saying that they've been working. My first complaint was raised on November 2016. 2016. So today is 2019, right? And it is almost November now. So when somebody says that I've been working really hard on this for, your team is continuously working, I don't see any work happening on ground. The tower which has been allocated in our area has been planted by Indus, not Airtel. I am telling you the current update. This is the common language which you guys use. Every time I'm calling and talking to somebody, everybody is saying the same thing, that we are continuously working very hard on ground and trying to provide you the best network services. I've learned by heart that what all you guys speak. But are you guys are telling consumer truth? That's the question. Nothing can be done here. That's what I have figured out. For past 3 years, I've been in this problem, and there is a network tower installed right next to my, right next door. There's a tower installed by Indus, which is open for all. Anybody can come and install their devices and make that working. Airtel is already have been installing their devices over there, but devices are not been operative. Though things have been planned and placed over there, but still not been operate. They are not in operational status right now. I don't know what could be the reason. Um we have tried following up with the NDMC authority over here. We have tried following up with the Indus itself, the people who are, who have installed that tower. So we were working really closely with them in terms of how to make this thing happen, because we are the one stakeholder have been deprived from the resources which we have been paying for. And even right now we have been putting up money for, putting up that tower. Somebody is investing money on there, but even then we are not getting our share of development and our share of, services which we are entitled for right now. So yeah. Yes, please. No, I don't want, you know what, honestly, I don't want any call back from you guys. What I want is everything should be coming on email. I will really highly appreciate that. I request Airtel that all the communication which Airtel wants to do with consumer right now, I as a consumer request Airtel to start communicating with me through email. I don't want to be talking to anybody who lies. I'm not interested in talking to liars. I hope you understand this. No, you always say this that it's a very valuable feedback. There is no value to it until or unless there is money involved here. Okay, so that's what I am just trying to figure out, that how you guys will be held accountable for lying to the consumer, because that's what you've been doing bluntly for a long time now. For almost 3 years, I've been listening to a lot of lies. 3 years, I've been listening that you guys are working on putting up a network system around my area. For 3 years, so it's a long time. And continuously I've been, I have almost like 200 names, 300 names with me on my system, that these are the people stating all this. And now I'm tired of doing writing all that, so now I'm just video recording and uploading all this. That's what I'm doing, making my life a little easy. Yeah, but right now what I want is, as a consumer, this is my right to raise a service request, right? So, as knowing so, I want to raise my request to Airtel that please do a monitoring of the call process, the calling process where callback is requested by consumer, and how many times, there is a everything is sync, has to be in sync with the timeline. Like, there is a it's a 90-second ringer which goes right when you call somebody. There's a 90-second ringer. I think right now they're having a debate on whether it should be 60, because Geo has done 60-second ringer, and Airtel and Idea are probably opposing all that. But that is not my concern right now. The Airtel process says that it's a 90-second ringer which you have to follow till you define that the call is not been answered. Right? Right. So I want Airtel to monitor all the past calls of last year, at least last year, to make or get the data point for or the create that statistic which will define that what is the kind of productivity and what is the kind of and how Airtel telecom operator is following companies protocols and SOPs, right? And share, make a report out of that, and share this report with the chair. I have received no whatsoever email, because I can, like, I am showing this on social media, I'm showing my emails and everything. And I don't know how you guys will be able to make that up, but I'm still suggesting you that this is the service request which I am looking forward for, that a service request where uh, monitoring of the calling process, the outbound calls which have been recorded and monitored, they already been recorded. So just make a usable data out of that for better understanding of chair, that so that chair can understand that, uh, and then individual place point, or the standing should be there, that who are the people, which are the circles, and how they have been following up, and there are already monitoring process there. Who are the responsible people who should have monitored this and continuously being updating this to the chair that people are actually working or not working, because this is the simple binary issue of following or not following. So if people are following orders as per company policy, and the processes, then it's fine. If not, then I don't think so that Airtel will be really happy uh, after seeing the statistics, because I am definitely, from a past experience, for sure that only 20% of the people from this domain are actually working for Airtel. Yeah, this is my personal observation of past 3 years, and I can definitely can share my stats. And this is, I'm talking about your back end, not your one-to-one calling process. Even you guys also have authority to call back, and that ratio is really poor as compared to the back end calling back to the consumers. That is really poor on your end, and I don't know what could be the issue behind that. Maybe work pressure, workload, I don't know that. I am not the one who's sitting inside the box right now. You guys are. And uh, but prima facie, looking from outside the box, the problem is really severe, where a telecom operator is not hesitating to lie to the consumer you know exactly. No, I don't want to wait now anymore, uh, Gurutej. What I want you to raise my service request for this concern which I'm trying to tell you, which Simran has refused. Yeah. No, I want a service request for this. That's how the process will work, because wherever I will go, I will say that this is exactly service request which I've raised for, and how much time does it took Airtel telecom operators to resolve my problem. And then probably there are people who assess all this. There are companies who assess that why consumer have faced such problems and issues which uh, are of this nature you know so we will be definitely will be I think Airtel will be taking care of all of these, because it's Airtel's concern, you know, to take care of consumers and look after them. No, even I have also seen a lot of time you guys, how you guys play is you guys say that there is no service request as such. Even I have seen service requests getting erased from the system, and that I have seen. It could be you can define that as a technical glitch, technical problem. I don't know how you guys are managing that though, but uh, right now I want to raise an SR for this, because I am right now online and I want this to be get registered. Because if you are not taking my SR, you are already violating my rights of not raising my concern. For what? No, I am not raising my concern for internet services right now. I am asking you to raise my service request for Airtel to create a report. And No, you cannot, but Airtel can, right? You cannot, but Airtel can. So I'm not asking you personally to do all that work. I'm asking you to raise my concern for which you've been hired here for. I am again saying this is not a previous concern I'm trying to raise right now. This is a different concern altogether. Is it related to network? I don't think so. It is related to your customer care service, right? It's not a feedback. It's not a feedback. It's not a feedback. It's a service request which I want to. I want Airtel to work on this. Can you please repeat what you said? Request, because you consent was for your internet and then after you have shared this feedback, that is already updated and recorded session. Okay, if you have any concern and you are asking me to send you this detail to my concern team to send you that all that dictated together with one service request, it's not possible, sir, because it is already in process. What is not possible or what is possible is not been defined by you or me. You know, I will say that, people will go to Mars today or tomorrow or someday. Whether it is possible or not possible, we don't know that, right? But people are working on that. So I want people should be working on this. Whereas there is already a process which I'm sure of, that there is a process of monitoring whether the people are actually calling consumer with the right protocols or not. And I just want that report of last year to be addressed to the chair and put on the table, and let chair define exactly how chair feels and address that back to the consumer. That's what I want. It's a very simple request I'm trying to raise right now. If you say you deny it, you can deny this. That's what you're doing right now, saying that you cannot do it. you know there is no net. I don't want to deal with any of your net. This is no. I am so sorry to say this right now, Gurtej, but you are not even understanding my concern right now. That's how I'm feeling. What should I do with your network team? You are customer care representative here, right? Consumer will always reach to customer care representative to raise their concern. So that is what exactly I'm doing right now. That this is a request I want to raise, that आप प्लीज एक रिपोर्ट बनाए, वो चेयर को सेंड करें कि कितनी बार आपका बैक एंड जब कस्टमर कॉल बैक रिक्वेस्ट करता है तो उसको एक्चुअल में कॉल करता है फॉलोइंग द एसओपीज, जो भी स्टैंडर्ड प्रोटोकॉल ऑफ ऑपरेशन होता है उसको वो फॉलो करता है कि नहीं करता है, और करता है तो कितना करता है, कितनी परसेंटेज में करता है, ताकि और उसके बाद वो चेयर कस्टमर को एड्रेस करे कि उससे चेयर को क्या जानकारी मिली। और क्योंकि ये प्रॉब्लम डेफिनेटली है कि एसओपीज फॉलो नहीं हो रहे हैं, ये मेरा पास्ट एक्सपीरियंस है पिछले 3 सालों का। और वो किस तरह से एयरटेल इस चीज को देख रहा है उसके बारे में चेयर एक सोल्यूशन या रेजोल्यूशन जो भी है वो कस्टमर को एड्रेस करे कि कैसे ये इंश्योर कराया जाए कि जो टेलीकॉम ऑपरेटर है हमारा, वो अपने प्रोसेस को उसी तरह से फॉलो करे जिस तरह से एयरटेल बोलता है। ऐसा नहीं है ये कोई वो नहीं है, हम अपनी मर्जी से या अपनी मर्जी के लिए नहीं ये काम कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, यहाँ पे कोई ये बोलेगा कि नहीं हम तो ऐसे ही काम करेंगे, तो ऐसे काम नहीं चलेगा। सब कुछ बना हुआ है, सब कुछ सिस्टम है एयरटेल में, सब कुछ सिस्टम बना हुआ है। कोई ऐसा प्रोसेस नहीं होगा जिसके पीछे मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम नहीं है। हर एक सिस्टम के पीछे मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम है। उस मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम को कितना एफिशिएंटली हम लोग यूज कर रहे हैं, उसका यूटिलाइजेशन कितना कर रहे हैं, ये क्वेश्चन है। क्योंकि अगर हम उसको यूज कर रहे होते तो इतने बड़े ब्लंडर्स में हम लोग नहीं पड़ते कभी। जो इतने बड़े बड़े ब्लंडर्स हम लोग कर रहे हैं आज की डेट में, तो उतने बड़े बड़े ब्लंडर्स में हम लोग नहीं पड़ते। एयरटेल की पॉलिसीज बहुत बढ़िया है। आई थिंक दे आर वर्ल्ड क्लास। नहीं, आप नहीं कर सकते। आप सर्विस रिक्वेस्ट तो मेरी रेज करोगे ना कि कस्टमर ऐसा बोल रहा है, ऐसा सर्विस रिक्वेस्ट रेज कर रहा है कि ऐसा इस चीज पे काम किया जाए। कैसे पॉसिबल नहीं है? आप कैसी बात कर रहे हैं? कैसे पॉसिबल नहीं है?
कि अगर आप कह रहे हैं कि रिपोर्ट के लिए ऐसा मैं आप सर्विस रिक्वेस्ट भेज करूँ कि उसके लिए रिपोर्ट जनरेट हो, वो आगे चेक हो जाए, उसके बाद आपके पास डिटेल आए कि हाँ जी जो होना चाहिए एक्चुअल में वो ही हो रहा है या होने वाला है, उसका प्रोसेस सही फॉलो किया जा रहा है, तो हमारी तरफ से नहीं होता है जो आपका जो इसके लिए आपका जो अगर एप्लेट को आपने डाला है तो एप्लेट में एक बार फिर से रेज कीजिए कि आई वांट यू दिस डिटेल अगेन कि मेरा ये कंसर्न है, तो फिर हाईलाइट कर सकते हैं प्लीज।
आप फिर वही बात, तो घूम फिर के वही बात हुई कि कस्टमर को आप यहाँ से वहां दौड़ाओ, जबकि मैं सिंपल एयरटेल कस्टमर केयर से रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ। एंड आई वांट, लाइक आई कैन definitely, the way you guys are acting right now, near future is that you will be facing consequences out of all these, and then probably there will be no comeback from the situations, probably, because this is really bad, the kind of condition we are into today. And this is all, it is boiling down to telecom operators end of the day. And it's not just telecom operator. At places I feel, uh, you know there is a lot of stubbornness involved in the last 3 years, that how you guys have been hushing and shutting consumers uh, complaints and concerns. Please do that. I have all the time in the world to make sure that all of this gets through, and the people who are creating problem within the systems, they should not be sitting there and enjoying the luxury where somebody is pleading for this country is already in a lot of troubles. Ji. Thank you so much. So it's been almost an hour, and this is this drains you. It drains your energy, which you're trying to put in to resolve problems where an hour in conversation. So now I will be waiting for manager's call, and I know that even manager will deny me service, and I'm frustrated kind of, but I'm so used to this that it doesn't affect me anymore. It just makes my uh, motive and my motivation stronger. That I will have to reach out to each and every stakeholder at Airtel, customer care representative, and make sure that they know that what wrong has been happening with the consumer, and consumer is aware of that. If not today, tomorrow, it's a consciousness which is required to be raised within the systems, that you are being monitored, and the action will gonna happen if you don't start working towards your duties. Because over here, it's in democracy, it's we the people, for the people, by the people, for the people, and that's the thoughts which we've been raised with. And down the line, it has been alienated by today's politics, and the people who are being privileged, and they have their own concerns and their own uh, made agenda, which has kept them on that top of the pyramid, way you've been taught in MBAs and um, the business schools, that how to create that funnel, uh, and how to inverse that funnel, how to put filtering system, and they're all there. The only thing is that then they say that the real world challenges are different than the bookish knowledge which you get. So on bookish knowledge, you say that the bookish knowledge will work till to a point, but that's really irony that saying so. So things are really jumbled up right now, but I want to ensure you one thing, that the concerns which we have been trying to raise are real public issues, and these are the smaller issues which nobody takes care of, thinking that these are the small issues, but these small issues are the reason behind the bigger problems which we are into, because uh, the macro management and the micro management are interconnected. If we are not being able to micromanage well, then we won't be able to do a good macro management and think that we will be doing great on bigger fronts. uh, we need to be better organized than what we are right now. And I don't know, like I'm still waiting for a manager to come in, and you can see that how much time is taking, that I've been talking about all this while I think digital India roars. The idea came to me that uh, one day I was sitting and I was thinking about digital India. I was listening to digital India everywhere, and I was like, do people really know that what digital India is? Are people are aware that how they can raise their complaint and concerns through digital India? Did my own thorough research, and I figured out that there is digital India is present there. The only thing is that it's not being uh, active on ground, and on uh, the synchronization between ground and the cloud has still has a lag. But now that lag has narrowed down, because now people are stating, saying, doing things simultaneously, and now the technological integration. You have got your mobile with you, where you are connected to the world through this small device. This technology is much more higher than the technology which we had when the NASA placed the first lunar mission, which was done by NASA. So uh, we literally are unaware of the kind of power and the kind of potential which we have today, and being ignorant, we being kept ignorant by the systems, because are the interest of other stakeholders. Yes, please. Thank you so much. Good day. So now the manager will gonna come online real soon, and let's see what he has to say on this. So down the line, it becomes very tiring that when one guy is speaking continuously for an hour or so, and Because right now I am initiating these calls, whereas the emails and stuff I can definitely share on where they're required. Yes, please. And your name is Sulekha. Yes, Sulekha. Not exactly, Sulekha. This is related to the customer support, wherein I want to raise my concern on the call, the outbound call mechanism. Yes, so I want to raise my service request for the same. So what I want is the service request which I want to raise is regarding uh, the call back mechanism, where in I want Airtel to work on the on how on like creating a report on how the Airtel SOPs have been followed for the same, for the outbound calls, and create a detailed report on like how many times the requests have been made, and how many, like, the as per the SOPs. I hope you are aware of the SOPs of the outbound calls, that how you have to follow up, what is the time duration. If there is a 90-second call, a ringer time, 90-second ringer time, so whether the 90-second ringer time has been followed, completely been followed or not. So that I want a detailed report on, that the how many of the telecom operators are actually waiting for that ringer time to happen. And then you have to reach out consumer thrice in order to define that the consumer is not responding. So how many of times do you guys do that? Because a lot of times my requests are getting closed just because stating that I am not reachable to the to one to one. One, you're not one to one, but you're back end. So this is the reason why I want this report to be made, and then I'm requesting Airtel to share this report with the chair, and let chair address, uh, you know, address back to the consumer regarding what chair thinks about it, and uh, understanding the severity of the problem. Because as per my experience, I think only 20% of time you guys actually do a, you know, uh, call back consumers and respond. Yes. Not just network issues. There are a lot of issues. There are a lot of underlined issues which have not been addressed by telecom operators of this part of the world. Whereas I've been trying reaching to the consumer care, every time I've been denied. I've been denied a lot of times. There have been denial of services. and there has been like your representatives are disconnecting call on my face. That has happened. Your people are writing whatsoever they feel like to the system. So there are a lot of issues like these issues which are not being addressed properly due to the interest of one of the stakeholder uh, in telecom industry known as telecom operator. So telecom operator, for their own personal convenience, they define whether they want to raise a concern or not. So this is a direct violation of consumers right of raising a request. You're saying that we have designed a system. That's hilarious. Like, it's hilarious on your system management that you guys are defining that we will not take consumers request because we have designed our system such that. No, you just said that right now. Yes, you are audible to me. Please go ahead. Yeah, exactly, Shweta. That's what I'm saying. Shweta, right? Sulekha. I'm so sorry, Sulekha. I'm really bad with names. Sulekha, so you're saying that you have designed, telecom operators have designed this system, and that's what exactly my request was for, that one of the stakeholder is raising consumers request as per their interests. If you want to raise my concern, you will raise my concern. If you don't want to, you will not, and you will say that our system is designed. This I'm so sorry, Sulekha, to cut you in between, but I just want to say that you are just contradicting your own statements and the policies which have been, and the guidelines, moreover, have been designed by the Department of Telecommunication. So I was reading through this, a release by the Department of Telecommunication, which says that it is consumers' right to raise the concern, and no matter what, telecom operators have to raise consumers' concern. Is it true? So Shweta, just hold on. Now I just want to give an example. This example might be bizarre, but probably you will be able to understand that what you are saying, because you are saying whatever your system is, teaching you to say. Okay, so now just imagine that somebody on this floor where you are sitting right now come down to you and gives you a tight slap on face. Okay, and after that you go and reach out to HR stating that somebody slapped me on the face, and your HR reverts back, oh, our system does not have any input for this, so we cannot raise your complaint. No, this is exactly the matter right now. I hope you have understood what you are, reverting to the consumer right now. Why only if I don't, yeah, yeah, if I am a farmer coming from the village, I don't know how to use email, then what? My concern will not be addressed.
So, but exactly you want that nobody can be, you say like you want all the system process, like you want all the duration of that project that completely, paid on your number or not. So that is also nobody can be provided that.
I am not asking for that detail to be shared with me. I am saying that, and not just my number. It's just the process. I'm trying to, there is a term called corporate governance.
Yes,
So, as per corporate governance, I want uh, Airtel to govern this thing, that the process have been followed properly or not, and this investigation should happen uh, for the process, not just my number, but for the process on each and every circle of Airtel. That's what I'm requesting right now.
no, no. So that I told you, I definitely explained the issue to my
No, but I want, you are one-to-one representative, where your work is not to define that what exactly can happen, cannot. Your work exactly as per process is to address consumers request and take service requests.
I already told you, if system do not have that option, so how we can provide the service like this now? We can't be provided. We only can take the feedback. We only can escalate, like for further, like for future. Definitely, we have that kind of option also, like available in the system. That we only can escalate to our senior accounts to design the system
You know what? When you guys say this sounds a blunt lie to me, because since 14th of October, when my first, like, it was my request raised for your system management on, and before that, everybody, whenever I used to call and try to raise my concern regarding system management, everybody used to say that we cannot raise a request regarding your system management.
So we can't be raised in it, so definitely we can escalate the issue or anything which customer says that we definitely can escalate to our
No, but customer wants to raise a service request. As simple as that. What's the problem in that?
so call interactions number we can provide in that case if you want any service reference number.
No, just for your information, I am just, this conversation is going live, and defining that how consumer rights have been violated every time consumer is speaking to the one-to-one representatives and speaking to Airtel representatives, and more precisely Indian telecom operators. Nobody will trust you on in the market when all this will reach to the right people, and they are just one tag away. I haven't tagged anybody, but once that tag goes on to them, they will understand how you are governing your system.
So agree everything.
You don't even realize that what you are speaking to consumer, for matter of fact, that you are denying service to the consumer, how bad it can be.
No, so completely what I just want to say, like if we saying something, so definitely we only giving you information about the concerns about the system. If we are not liable to take any complaint or system do not have that, so just let me know how we can take that. As I told you, I can give you the reference number of this phone and definitely going to escalate your concern to my higher level. In that case, they can set all the details which you want the telecom providers.
I have no idea whatsoever. Uh, you know that what should I say? So call gets disconnected somehow, probably, and I'm damn sure that I will never gonna get a call back from these guys. Or if I get a call back, probably I will respect this personal individually, because now it becomes the the concern of individual to connect back to the consumer, and it's a manager level, whereas I was just trying to raise my concern related to the same. And it's already 1 hour and 25 minutes on to the call. I don't know, and the answer was no. So it was denial of service. At the same time, it was was stated that our system does not have any option. Like, you don't have any option to raise consumers concern. I have no idea what these guys speak of. So I will wait for next 3 minutes just to ensure that whether I get a call back from Airtel 12 or not, because here I am. Like, they have raised my concern for my network problem, not the concern which I want my complaint to be raised for. So it's like you go to a shopkeeper and you ask them that you want X, and they will give you Y, stating that we don't have X, so we will give you Y for the price. By stating that yes, we will give you something, but not X. We will give you Y, and I don't know why. So, anyways, this is we'll have to spend like next 2 more minutes on call. पर इतना श्योर है कि टेलीकॉम इंडियन टेलीकॉम ऑपरेटर्स अपना काम सही से नहीं कर रहे हैं, इस बात की तो 100% गारंटी है। बाकी 29 अक्टूबर है आज, 29 अक्टूबर 2019, 2016 नवंबर से, और प्रॉब्लली से भी पहले से ये समझना शुरू करा था कंज्यूमर ने कि क्या परेशानियां उसको झेलनी पड़ती हैं। और एक एसओपी तो आप मैनेजर लेवल पे देख सकते हैं कि किस तरह से मैनेजर लेवल माइक्रो मैनेज करता है कि कस्टमर का केयर कट गया है तो कट गया, कोई एसओपी नहीं है उसका फॉलो करने के लिए, या कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है उसकी फॉलो करने के लिए। तो इतना कह के आई थिंक 3 मिनट हो गए हैं, लेट्स एंड द स्ट्रीम।